Alright, in this video, we are continue talking about the solution of the 4.5, the trig value from the unit circle. So location, location, location. So any point, the answer of the exact value for the trig is from the parenthesis, x, y, aka cosine, sine. And we're going to call down hello Sugatova, as you can see here. Since sine is my y and cosine is my x, tangent will equal to sine over cosine and cotangent reciprocal, flip that. So cotangent is equal to cosine over sine. And do not forget, the cosecant is equal to 1 over sine and secant is equal to 1 over cosine. So yes, indeed, the answer is from the unit circle. So let's go. No calculator. Find the exact value. As you can see on the unit circle, we do not see 17 pi over 4. So that tells us 17 pi over 2 is too big. So how do I make it back to my unit circle? You can say that it's in pi radius. So I'm going to minus 2 pi. Very good. Now, we talk about in classroom, because my denominator, it is 4. So I'm going to make 4 as my denominator. I need to change 2 pi. Become 8 pi over 4. So seeing is believing. You get 7 pi over 4 minus 8 pi over 4. And that gives us 17 minus 8 will be 9 pi over 4. Now activate your ego out. You know that. Oh, I still do not see 9 pi over 4 from the unit circle. What should I do? Well, too big. We can continue minus 2 pi. So therefore, I'm going to use my 9 pi over 4. I don't see it, minus 2 pi. Now, you've been doing that so many times. Denominator, it is 4. So 2 times 4, that becomes 8. So I can write this as 8 pi over 4. So what you see is what you got. So now I got pi over 4. What you see, well, pi over 4 is from the unit circle. So pi over 4 is right here. Then what will be my answer? Remember, the trig value, exact value coming from the parenthesis. So eagle eye. We are looking for sine, so the sine will be my second number, square root 2 over 2. Do not overthink. Do not overthink. What you see is what you got. So square root 2 over 2 is my perfect answer. And yes, indeed, we do not need a calculator. Good. All right, moving on. Seeing is believing. Well, you do not see 21 pi from the unit circle, but you do know that. Ms. O said that, too big. I'm going to minus 2 pi. Well, you kind of have a good feeling. 21 minus 2, it will be 19. Well, still not there. What do we know about that? Well, Ms. O, you know what? 2 pi, if I times 10, that will be what? That will be 21 pi minus 20 pi. Well, once I minus that, I get pi. Yes, indeed. Do you see pi from the unit circle? Of course. Pi, it's right here. So now, because we want to figure out the cosine value is from my parenthesis, right? The first information. So the answer for my number 2, the final answer is 1. C, negative 1. So seeing is believing. We do not need a calculator. Moving on, practice makes better. So what you see is what you got. You know that already. 19 pi over 6 is not from the unit circle. Too big. I'm going to minus 2 pi to see what else I can do. When you do this one, we talk about the denominator. So the denominator, it is 6. So that gives me 6 times 2 is 12. So therefore, I can minus 12 pi over 6. So what do we got now? 19 minus 12, I get 7 pi over 6. Now activate our eagle eye. Do you see 7 pi over 6? Indeed. So this is what we mentioned about when there is a picture, the answer is in the picture. So 7 pi over 6 is right there. So I do have my location. we want to get a tangent. What do we know about the tangent? Tangent is equal to sine over cosine. So seeing is believing, as you can see here. So knowing tangent of 7 pi over 6, that is equal to sine of 7 pi over 6 over cosine 7 pi over 6. Very good. Then what do we know about the information? Sine of 7 pi over 6 from your unit circle right here. Sine is negative 1/2. So plug it in. I got negative 1/2 over cosine of 7 pi over 6. It is negative square root 3 over 2. Very good. So now we need to do housekeeping. Everybody see negative and negative cancel out. Everybody see the denominator 2 and 2 cancel out. What do I left? I got 1 over square root 3. Now, remember, we talk about that. This is correct. Not perfect. We had to use the rationalize by times the denominator square root 3. So I need to times the rationalize the square root 3 over 3. And what will be my final perfect answer? 1 times square root 3 will be square root 3. And square root 3 times square root 3 will be 3. So finally, my perfect answer will be square root 3 over 3. This will be my perfect answer. And yes, no calculator. Good. Moving on. Next one, as you can see here, will be 390 degree. That's way too big. So what can we do? Well, unit circle 390 degree minus 360 degree. What do we get? We get 30 degrees. So do you see such thing, 30 degree from your unit circle? Yes. So the 30 degree is right here location. So I'm going to look for my answer. Well. They want us to figure out is the cosecant. By your formula, you know that cosecant is equal to 1 over sine. So that tells me if I want to figure out cosecant 30 degree, okay, that technically is equal to 1 over sine 30 degree. All right, activate. Sine is equal to my second number, which will be 1/2. So I have a 1 over 1/2. What do we say? When you have a fraction, right, denominator fraction, you're going to upside down. So 1 times flip that, so that become 2. So my final answer, as you can see, cosecant 390 degree is equal to 2. Yes, we do not need a calculator. Awesome. All right, tangent 405. Well. You know that 405 is too big. So let me subtract 360 to see what's going on. So you got 45 degree. We do see the location 45 degree. So I know my answer is coming from my parenthesis, right? But as you can see, we said tangent. Tangent is equal to my sine over cosine. So what you see is what you got. So sine over cosine, they are exactly the same thing, right? So the final answer will be what? 1. Yes, indeed. No need a calculator. That's it. All right, moving on. Secant, what do we know? Wow, we say that. So 25 pi over 6. There is not on my unit circle. Too big. I'm going to minus 2 pi because the denominator is 6. So 2 pi. 2 pi times 6 become 12 pi. So 25 minus 12. Well, you can say that. Oh, I still got too big. 13 pi over 6 is not from the unit circle. What can we do? Continue. Minus 2 pi. Because the denominator is 6, so 2 pi times 6 will be 12 pi. So now you see that 13 pi minus 12 pi will be pi over 6. Aha. I know the location, pi over 6. Pi over 6 from my unit circle. Wow. This is a pi over 6, so my answer is from the parentheses. Now, because as you can see that is secant. What do we know about the secant? Secant is equal to 1 over cosine. So what you see, it's what you got, 1 over cosine. Let's go back to my cosine value. So the cosine value will be the first number, square root 3 over 2. Then what do we do? Well, just take your time, and we mentioned about no need calculator. So that will be square root 3 over 2. Now, yes, indeed, this answer is correct, but not perfect because we want to simplify. So when you see 1 over a fraction, you are going to flip it upside down. So I will get 2 over square root 3. Aha! This is correct, but not perfect because we want to rationalize that. I do not want to see the radical square root 3 as my denominator. So I need to times square root 3 over square root 3. Once I do this housekeeping, what do we got? We got top 2 times square root 3. But bottom will be square root 3 times square root 3 will be 3. So look at my perfect answer. My perfect answer is 2 square root 3 over 3. And this is the perfect answer. Good? All right, next one. Again, fraction. Do not scare about fraction. So 9 pi over 2, there's no way. I do not see that on my unit circle. So I need to minus 2 pi. Again, because when you've been doing that so many times, you know that means, oh, denominator is a 2. So therefore, 2 pi times 2 become 4 pi. So when I get this, I get 5 pi over 2. Now smile. Do you ever see 5 pi over 4 from your unit circle? Not yet. So what can we do? Continue. I am going to continue minus 2 pi. Again, denominator is 2, so 2 pi times 2 become 4 pi. So now 5 pi over 2 minus 4 pi over 2, I got pi over 2. Ooh la la, I do see pi over 2 from my unit circle. So what you see, it's what you got. So pi over 2 is right here, so that tells me my final answer is from here, the parenthesis. Because we would like to figure out the cosecant. So what do we say about the cosecant? The cosecant, by the definition, that is equal to 1 over sine. So what you see, it's what you got. So I forgot the unit circle. So seeing is believing. So make sure sine, it's my second number. So that will be 1 over. So simply just 1 over 1. And what is my final answer? Still be 1. Perfect. Do not need a calculator. All right, let's continue. The last one, cosine. Ooh la la. Can we do that? Of course. So 420 degree too big. I'm going to minus 360, and that gives me my final answer is 60 degree. So 60 degree of the cosine. What you see is what you got. Ooh, unit circle. 60 degree. 60 degrees right here, so my final answer will from the parentheses because we're looking for cosine, so the answer will be 1/2. Ooh. Now, you may say that, oh, do I need to memorize this guy? Of course, why not? It is fun. It is awesome. It makes us feel awesome, right? So therefore, one more time, activate our ego eye. When there is a picture, the answer is in the picture, on the picture. And that's it.